where we dive into dreams and beat the odds. Scholarships and study abroad, I'll guide you through it all, my faithful squad. From the books to the flights, new worlds we explore, unlocking opportunities, there's always more.
Hey,
Everyday
hello,
life,
hello,
the
hello,
highs and the
hello,
lows,
hello, hello.
together we'll grow as
I
the
know you
journey
know what it
unfolds.
was. Yo, hello, and welcome to BJ Vlogs. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful family. Thank you so much. We hit 1.8k today, 1.8k subscribers just today. Just before I recorded this video, we hit 1.8 subscribers. And so I thank you all. You see, I've been telling you that you guys are helping me to grow. And it's not only be growing. I know you want to help somebody, you want somebody to hear about us, not just to hear about us, but we want some people to have the opportunity to also come to China to study. Yes. And so, what are we talking about in today's video? I think for the past 2 or 3 days, I've received not less than four of this same message. Some in my inbox, like my email, and others to write on the channel. So if you have followed the comments or if you follow some of the comments, you realize that some people are asking me, ABJ. So the first question that came was like, ABJ, can I work and study in China? That was one. And another set of people were also asking me, ABJ, is it possible, or we have heard that the policies in China concerning work and study have changed? So I began to text with some of these people and then give them the actual situation. But I realized that it will benefit all of us. I've made a video on this before, working and studying in China, whether it's possible or not. But in today's video, I want to tell you or give you the updated version of everything. Yes. You see, every now and then things change in China. So you are welcome. If today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, share for others to enjoy what we do, and we are going to be a blessing. I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. So let's quickly go on into today's video. So before I even enlarge my screen, that you now understand the policies, whether it has changed or it hasn't, and all of that, I will take you through at least about four main things in this video. So let me bring my writer. First one, I'm going to tell you about the truth, what actually the truth is. Then we talk about the changing policies. What has changed? Is it true that people will be able to study? What are the chances for students to work in China? And we are going to talk about internships. We are going to talk about after school, what's next. But I hope you'll be able to capture or finish this video quickly. All right. So the obvious truth about whatever is going on, or the questions that everyone is asking me. The truth is that, so question, can students study in China? The truth is that it is a big no. I know you are wondering, ABJ, why is it that we are reading on the blogs that you can work, that you are here saying that you cannot work? Yes, this is the truth. Okay, so now when you are on a visa, okay, when you are coming to China, by the way, congratulations to all of the people, all people who have gotten admission to study here. I've mentioned it today. If in this year I have not gotten admitted, don't worry, we're going to try again next year. So just keep focused on the BJ vlogs. All right, so all those who are coming to China, now let me clear your doubts. The moment you're applying from your home country, you're going to apply for X1 or X2 visa, depending. If you're going to stay for more than 6 months, X1. But if you're going to stay for 6 months and below, X2. So the moment you come to China, the biggest truth is that you cannot work in China as a student on a student visa. Take this from ABJ Vlogs. You cannot work in China. That is the obvious truth. So now when we are talking about working in China, then that means that you cannot legally, like once you're on the visa, you cannot go to any, you do not have like some hours. First of all, let me start from that point. Some people are saying maybe you have 20 hours, 10 hours. You don't have any sort of hours like the Europe and then the US, where students are entitled to 20 hours a week. In China, the system is not like that. So you do not have a set of hours for you to go and work anywhere. So that is one. And two, the kind of works that we are talking about, you cannot teach in China. The common job for foreigners in China is that you teach English language. You cannot go and do English language. Any other thing that you do aside you studying on the student visa is illegal. Okay, so people will tell you that, oh, for me, I'm working. Yes, they are working, but it is illegal. And once you are caught, you face the rigorous consequence of the law. And so that one you have to bear in mind. You cannot go to any institution to teach. You cannot go into any company or firm to work in there to be paid. That is the whole thing, to be paid. So that is what you have to bear in mind. That is the obvious truth. And that has been, I came to China 2019. That has been it till date as we speak. All right. Now, in 2023, right after COVID, okay, there was this policy document that was circulating around. And that is what, yes, a lot of people are seeing online. And they are asking me, BJ, how true, okay, is the English? Yeah, what's the truth in this? Let me be on the safer side. What is the truth in this? All right, so I have the policy document. It has been summarized, and we'll go through quickly and know whether it is okay for us to work. Okay, so let me share my screen and then we talk about the policy documents quickly. All right, so with the policy document, this is the policy. Let me choose another screen. Yes, this will help us. So this is the policy document. Now, what is the policy document say? Let's quickly go through it. So the policy document is saying that it says that updated policy for foreign students working in China. For foreign students working in China. All right. So it stated that in 2023, the Administrative Bureau of China has what changed what I'll share the link with you so that you can take your time and read. I just want to go over. So it says that China has changed their policy, and so now students can work. It says that the new policy allows international students who are enrolled in degree granting higher education institutions to pursue part-time work, either on or off campus, for a limited number of hours, and are allowed to be paid in accordance to the local wage standard. Work studies must be registered within 10 days at the local bureau. Okay, so now this is the short or the summarized form of the whole policy. Yes, I remember that in 2023, my university, somebody shared this particular policy document, a very comprehensive. This one is even a summarized one, but I'll share the link so that you can read it yourself. Somebody shared the link or the whole policy document on our page, and so we're all happy. I don't know any student who was not happy that yes, now we can work and study in China. That was it. But when you read the policy document very carefully, then you realize that I am not sure that as a student you'll be able to fulfill all other requirements stipulated in it for you to be granted the permission. Because mind you, if you follow the reading very carefully, it says that all work studies must be registered within 10 days at the local bureau. That is not only the policy. That means that that is only the requirement. There are several requirements that you have to follow. If we don't have the full policy document shared online, but this is just a summary that the website have done. And so, like, they have basic requirement for your school to sign, your supervisor to endorse your test, like so many requirements. And that requirement, I am not sure that foreigners will be able to meet such requirements for us to go and work. I can confidently say, for me, I have not seen any student who is legally working. Probably there are. If you know, you can comment in the comment section and we can invite the person to teach us more. But to the best of my knowledge till date, I am not sure that we have been granted several hours or 20 hours minimum or maximum to work in a week. So they stated, who is this policy for? It says that the policy is for international students in China with valid resident permits who are current students of higher education institution that offer academic qualification. It covers work study jobs, which is defined as practical activity, and that's international students and organization. And you see, so I just want to find if the and what is in the policy. Yes, so working hours. So he says that eight, not more than it says the international student can work on or off campus no more than 8 hours per week and no more than 40 hours per month. During winter and summer vacations, no more than 16 hours per week and not more than 180. Yes, it says the type of work. School shall arrange authorized students to participate. Schools shall not arrange or authorize students to participate in toxic, harmful, on campus work study for international students. The post should be mainly on campus teaching assistant, scientific research assistant, To engage in off-campus work, the national student must meet the following requirement: be at least 18, hold resident, valid resident, comply with Chinese law, undergraduate or graduate or advanced studies student, academic progress and an attendance rate meet the school's requirements, other conditions prescribed by the school. Then they talked about the payments, they talked about registering a work study, where you can register your work study, and they talked about disqualified from work study. So student who cannot work, it says that if you have violated any rule, if you have dropped out of school or you have been suspended, yes, it says that any question about work and study in China. Okay, so you see, this website basically summarized the whole thing. You can read it for yourself. So basically, they have summarized what's the whole thing. But let me tell you for a fact, the reality on ground now. Okay, let me check the name of the website. It says that it's China Admissions. China Admissions. Yeah. You see, the reality on the ground. The reality on the ground is that you cannot work. However, if you are very much fortunate that your school is allowing you to work, then so be it. Because in the policy documents we read, this is the summarized form. There are several conditions that I'm not sure that we can fulfill. And if you listen very carefully, or if you read it again for yourself, you realize that the long and short of the story is that it's dependent on your particular university. Your university has a big role to play. So if your university would allow, then it is fine. If your university will not allow, then it is so. Now, having understood this policy, what then are the kind of works people can do? It's an important question. Now, on campuses or on campus job or on campus activities, most of the international schools have what we call the on-campus work, But I was telling somebody who is also a subscriber of this channel that when we are talking about the on-campus work, the representation does not, it cannot be generalized. The reason is that imagine you have like a school admitting over 100 or 200 foreign nationals in a particular year. And when you go to this on-campus work, maybe only about 5 international students get opportunity to work in there. You see? And so the chances of you being selected is very, very, very low. I'm not saying it's not possible. For me, I worked in the international student office from 2021 till 2024. 2021 till 2024. And I was paid at the end of the month. I will not mention my salary, like my amount, but it's not so much. It's something just to keep you. It's not so much money. Yeah. But at least it's something that can hold you or sustain you in a month. Yeah. So on campus jobs, the international student office have, but very few people get opportunity to work in there. Sometimes the school have their own qualifications. People can speak Chinese, people can speak English, people who have very good personal relationship with others. Like, it's about student counseling job, and they want people who can have a good representation in front of the students and can bridge the gap between the office and then the student's body. You see, so sometimes these are some of the ways the the offices used to select. Yes, and I don't think there are so much, very few people, but every school's case is different. So I'm just talking from my experience. Somebody in another school might have different experience, or theirs might differ a bit from ours, but I don't think it will differ so much. Okay, so that is it with the one of the jobs that you can do. At best, you can have an internship. I mentioned that in other videos. At best, you can have an internship. Yes, but the internship, the moment you want to have an internship, it's not like the moment that you go to China that you're going to start to be an intern. No, you have to first of all go through your academic program. At least you should have completed your coursework, and now you should get look for an internship. When it comes to the internship, what's the important thing about the internship is that not the important thing per se, like people were asking me, how can we find the internship? There are several applications that people use. So even on WeChat, when the moment you come to China and you subscribe to, like, you see like there are some WeChat channels and all of that. You can follow them. Sometimes they will share. We have some WeChat news portals. You can follow them, search them, and then search for them, and then you can also follow them. They would update like some opportunities and all of that. That is one. There are some applications like the popular one that when you come to China, you see WhatsApp, BOS app. It's very popular and you can always use it. You can always use it. So that is also to search for internship. Yes. But when you want to do internship, now my little advice is that a lot a lot of the companies, okay, want people if they are if you are from Africa or any other Eastern, any other Asian country. Now, if the company plies its trade outside the shores of China, then the possibility that they would need people who can speak English is high. And so that one will guarantee that you get opportunity. But if their work is very internal, then I bet you they are looking for people who can speak Chinese. So people have gotten the opportunity to have internships outside just because the kind of job that the company is offering is an international job. And that was my case. I did an internship for 6 months in China before I got a job. When you are having this intern, my company, they have two sections. So I worked with the English department or the English side of the or section of the company. And these are some of the opportunities. Yet you can still find, and not all universities would allow for internship. But when it comes to bachelor students, I think most of the universities have an internship program attached to the bachelor courses. So in your third year, to be compulsory. So mostly bachelor programs, the course schedules are very packed and tight. So they do not get the opportunity to have the internship. So when they get to the third year, it's like a practical side of their program mostly. And so they will have to go out. And in such cases, I even know that when the university helps a lot of bachelor students to find uh, internship program because it's supposed to be part of their program. So that is it for that. But if you are not bachelor's, you are master's, PhD, then you have to really work hard to find that particular job or internship. That is the other one. Now, uh, let me quickly address this. So people would ask me, BJ, so if you are talking about all of these things, how then do we get money? Yes. So there are some kind of jobs that things that you do that necessarily does not make you illegal. One, people have skill, like people are skilled in a lot of ways. And so they use this as a way of what? Making money. People cook here in China. Yes. When people cook different countries, they cook their dishes and sell them to make profit. And it's booming. People barb hair. Yes. Like that is one of the lucrative jobs you can find as a student. People barb hair because Chinese people mostly do not know how to barb, especially African hair. So, but this one it's a Chinese, so you can rate it. Yes, a Chinese man shaved my hair, so you can rate it. So basically, that is it. And then another common one is the after barbering the ladies hairdo. So if you're coming to China, if I were you, I'll start learning how to barb. I'll start learning how to braid. These three that I've mentioned by far is one of the easiest way to make money, and one of the easiest but long term, in a way, a bit long term, is importation. People are like, oh, then when I come to China, I can go and buy stuff. China is so big, and for you to move from one province to the other to check, make sure it does not eat into your academic life. If not, you'll be very hot. So it is a long term or it is progressional. It's that it does not mean that the moment you get to China, you start selling. No, no, no. You have to get a client unless you have your client base before. But eventually, when you are able to find your feet in importation, you're going to have good money. But the three things that like the three kind of jobs that I've mentioned, or basically to hairdo, that is shaving and then also braiding and cooking, these are ones that can fetch you money quickly. The moment because cooking, the moment you get to China, you can buy food, the stuff, and then you can start cooking. So that one is basic, and you can start at any time. Yes. Okay. And some people like aside this, some people can play football. Yes. Sometimes some teams will put you. Okay. Weekend we have a game. When you go, they will pay you some kind of money. So that is also it. And basketball, like all of these skills. Basically, if you have skills, make sure you are good at it. and it's going to help you when it comes to China. Now, having said all of these things, okay, let's look like, okay, now you have studied, you are done with school. What are the opportunities for you? When you are done with school, there are two things. If you are if you are bachelors and you can speak Chinese well, good, you can find a job. That one, just like I said, you'll be using the boss app to search for jobs. It's good. Aside that, if you are master students, you graduated, you don't want to continue PhD, your Chinese should also speak for itself. You should be good at that one, will help you find a job. But if you're a PhD, you're done and you cannot speak Chinese, make sure at your PhD level or your master's, you're able to publish a lot of papers, which will propel you into, if you want postdoctoral offer, you can get some good postdoctoral offer. Yes. You see, these are the kind of, if not, the easiest way is for you to establish business, but it is capital intensive. You should be raising about 20 to 40,000 RMB, 20 to 40,000 RMB to establish your own job, but it is possible. So if you come to China and you have that in mind, that when I graduate, I want to establish a job, then when you come, start making plans towards that, and you'll be able to get a job. Somebody asked me a question. Let me address that quickly, and then I'll sign off. He said he's a medical student. What are some of the opportunities that he can get here? So just like I've mentioned to any other student space, if you are a medical student and you are not like you are done with your clinicals, then the opportunity is that you can also engage any other work, like the ones that I've mentioned. But if you decide to go to the classroom, to go to a company on your student visa, that is a no-go area for you and it becomes illegal. Chinese are very strict on people being illegal, and so to make sure that you do not fall into trouble when you come. Basically, I have shared a fair idea on work and what study in China. I've shared a fair idea on work and study in China. So if you have any other comments, questions, you can drop them in the comment section. If you feel that I should invite you so you come and share further experience, you're also allowed to come. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. I love you all so much, and I like the way we are growing. Together we grow. Yes. So see you in the next one. So, bye bye. Well, I man. Bye.